Hi, welcome to another episode of Talk with Confidence. This is where we have inspirational conversations with inspirational people. Today, I'm already fired up. I'm truly inspired already. We've been having a conversation off air, and it's been quite inspiring. I have in studio Mr. Kuaho. He's the CEO of YDD, and he's also a social entrepreneur. Mr. Kuaho, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man.
Wow, you know, I was saying that I'm feeling confident this morning because I've got an appointment with confidence.
Wonderful. My brother, we've been chatting off air.
Yes.
About a lot of the things that you do. But I want us to start at your social entrepreneurship. Firstly, for viewers who may not fully understand what social entrepreneurship, what exactly is social entrepreneurship?
I will simplify it. Entrepreneurship is it's solving problems.
Yes.
Right?
So, yeah.
That's entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Solving problems and receiving some kind of a reward in exchange for that. The social aspect of it is now you are solving problems wherein your solutions will have an impact in the community that you are operating in.
All right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it will improve. So your entrepreneurship excursion or exercise results in people's lives improving in various aspects of their lives, be it economically, be it socially, be it education-wise, skills-wise, and so forth, right? Now, that is a social entrepreneurship. It focuses on impact, right?
So it's impact beyond profit.
Impact beyond profit, and it is critical. I don't like saying beyond profit. That's why a lot of social entrepreneurs they give up along the way because it's seen as impact beyond profit, and people interpret that as impact without money, without financial remuneration, you know, and so they approach it without a business angle. And without the money, you can't sustain this effort.
So it's not charity, but it
should not be.
It should not be charity, but it's business as usual. Business as we understand it, but the difference is instead of just concentrating on the profit motive, we're saying we are making money, we need to sustain the business, we need to grow wealth, but in that there has to be a positive change in society, impact in society.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Which area of society? Because there's so many different challenges and problems that exist in society. In your social entrepreneurship journey, which are the specific challenges, problems that you've dedicated yourself towards tackling?
My goal from inception, before even social entrepreneurship was defined, before it even became a course at schools or at universities, I just wanted to help young people be able to change their lives, to live better lives, by them being able to learn the things that they must learn, acquire the skills that they must acquire, get into places and jobs and careers that can help them to develop even further, as well as help them to move to a point where they can even be able to run and start their own businesses.
Yes.
So that is all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right? So I just wanted every young person to earn an income.
I guess that's where YDD comes in. Can you just, I've heard you say the full acronym and define it and break it down, but for the sake of our viewers, can you just break it down for us? YDD?
Yes. So in solving this, or pursuing this thing I have already, I want to see every young person being in a position to earn an income or create an income. So I started something called YDD.
Yes, sir.
And the whole purpose at the time when I was conceptualizing it and I was starting it was realizing one of the biggest problems being access to information. If he doesn't know there's a bursary somewhere, the chances of him or her getting that education are slim because generally they come from a background where there isn't finances. So I started YDD to enable young people to access information about opportunities.
Yes.
So YDD, YDIDI, which normally people will forget. And I say, if you forget, ask yourself, why did I?
Nice. Nice.
So, you know, but it is an acronym for youth development through investigation and dissemination of information.
Wonderful. Beautiful.
You know, so that's what it stands for. And luckily, or at the time when I started YDD, really, it was not born out of an idea of, if I start this, it can make money, or, you know, because I was comfortable. I was working as a analyst programmer, you know, developing systems, banking systems, and so forth. So in those times, I mean, it's about 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Hey, if you were in IT,
You were on the up and up. Upwardly mobile.
you know,
Creme de la creme.
you know, the froth.
As well.
You know.
So the original inspiration wasn't a financial one.
No. If it was a financial one, YDD would have long closed its doors.
Yeah.
Would have said,
It's not.
in fact, I would have shut down YDD within 6 months
Wow.
from starting.
And bringing YDD to life, understand one of the mechanisms was going into partnership with YFM. How did that come about?
That was a very strange thing. So, in what I do, I will also try and share the lessons
Yes.
and the tricks that I used that just really lucky, you know. Now, we have heard that you need the connection, so can I call radio, can I call TV to get into government. In fact, we are convinced that you need connections to even breathe air.
Who you know? My parents.
Moya o ha o tle fela. You know, but YDD or having this concept showed me no, that was not the case. So how YDD comes about? So I think up the idea. I get into my office. I was working for this company in a, you know, that was in charge. I don't know now. That was in charge of paying out the grants to South Africa.
Okay.
So I was part of the team that
All
was
right.
the engineers building that system and other systems. You know, were offering, offering banking solutions here and there.
Yes, sir.
And you know, the idea comes and I drafted it. You know, literally. I thought up the idea on my way to the office. Because the inspiration hit me in the taxi.
Yeah.
It's a koloi for service.
Yeah.
You know? So, the Star newspaper. I read there, hey man, and then the idea comes, how many people are not going to see this opportunity? The ones who need it. So you can imagine I get to the office. This idea is still burning. I need to release it. So I started drafting how this thing, if we were to create a website, we were to create a centralized hub, platform hub, and we were to share these things, all this information on as many platforms as possible, TV, radio, newspaper, you name it. We're going to do that. This thing will be dedicated to information dissemination about opportunities to the youth. I drafted this thing, guys, I proposal. Took me about another 2 hours. Because I didn't know how to draft the proposal. I had no idea.
Yeah.
More especially proposal.
Yeah.
I just needed to draft the proposal. Or maybe I can partner up with somebody. You see, the thing is, you don't have to have all the answers. You just gotta work on what is here.
Yeah.
As you finish this one, The next step will come.
Will be revealed. Yeah. It reminds me of something Martin Luther said. He said, faith is taking one step even when you don't see the whole staircase. And that's exactly what you were doing.
That is true. You know? So I worked on this thing. So I spent a good 2 hours or so. Before I get out, office, luckily they didn't see me. I think they would have fired me on the spot. Researching how to write a winning proposal.
Yeah.
I read that document, I read multiple documents. And eventually, I had an idea. Raw. I put it this way, I put it this way, I put it this way. Imagine yourself, okay, the person you're going to send this to, this is their state of mind, this is their condition. So you need to be, so you put together this proposal. And then I said, all right, I wanted this thing to be on a radio station. Like literally, that's the next idea that came.
Yeah. Next step.
Yeah, I need this thing to be on a radio station. Metro, YFM, and a big one.
Yeah, the major ones, yeah.
All right. There gets a research kapile. Ke mang o tshwereng ko YFM? Literally. That's how much I was not connected. I didn't even know.
You had to consult Google.
I had to Google. Oh, okay. Oh, Mr. Kempfen Pillay.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Address ring, telephone number ring. On Google.
Yeah.
Get telephone number.
Yeah.
PA came out.
Yeah.
Okay. From go office. PA key. Sent to the PA and also sent to the CEO.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's as you work.
Yeah.
You have asked for the idea. And when you trust the idea, then the wisdom of how to execute it comes. But it comes as a result of actioning the idea.
Yeah. Don't just sit on the idea.
No.
Yeah.
Then the wisdom comes. You don't have to have all the answers.
And just on that, I think a lot of people stop at the idea phase because they think too much of step 10.
You're worried about the mechanism. It's a TV show.
Yeah.
So how are you going to have all the answers? Just draft it down.
Yeah.
Just draft it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing as worse as you have the idea of a TV show, but you say you are thinking too much about the mechanisms, and you don't put it down on paper, so you don't bring it to life. And then one day we look at a TV show. No.
Yeah.
The opportunity is here now.
Yeah.
You realize or you are missing it because you did not prepare when the idea came at the time it came. You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've had this confidence. It is better to be prepared for an idea, for an opportunity that does not exist, than to receive the opportunity and not be prepared. And it happens all the time.
So a lot of people have the idea, they don't work the idea.
Work on it. When I answers, just work on
What's
it.
the idea?
Just work on it so that when the opportunity arrives, it is too late to prepare. Or late.
It must find you ready.
Yeah, it must.
That's the
People who know me, they know, people I've worked with, they'll tell you already. Neo has got archives and archives of ideas that he has drafted.
Yeah.
The presentation be ready. Okay, hey, can I have opportunity? Hold on.
518.
Can I?
I love that. I love that.
And here's the thing. I've developed ideas in almost everything.
Yeah.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Fashion.
Yeah.
I don't have to be trained in these things, right?
Yeah.
Just say it's just the ideas. Let me put it down, and somebody will come. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait, can I learn?
I've got that. Wow.
Now say get charge for the ideas.
You have to.
Because the people I've given them to, they have worked for them.
Yeah.
They've made them succeed.
Yeah.
So I know there is value in my ideas. So now I am charging.
Yeah. Now, when speaking to you now and also off air, I sense that you are somebody who has the gift or who loves to help people get to the next level.
Yes, it is, man, sometimes what hard out.
Yeah.
ho thata o tsoa o sna le senta ka account ho thata to keep going.
Yeah.
And remember, you said when you said so now you ran why did it was not driven by money. And I said, had it been driven by money, I would have given up a long time ago. Right? And so my love for people, I love people. Ke rata batho. And here's the thing, I see potential in everyone I meet. Le motho o tena o re, "Oh, what is- oh, ke tsotsi." I'm able to see something. Something that just needs to be unlocked. And it's like something happens that just tells me, this person I got you won't believe it's him.
Yeah.
You know? So, and that thing gives me peace.
Yeah.
You know? So I just do it. I love to serve people. I love to help people. But I had to learn the hard way. Or in the process. To go to the next level. You can only do so much without capital.
You have a limitation.
Yeah. And now it's like you are dishonoring the gift. You have been given the gift to grow it beyond yourself. To grow it beyond your eye can see.
Yeah.
Beyond your ear can hear.
Yeah.
People should be impacted even when you are sleeping.
Yeah.
And that impact has to happen. Noma kanjani, noma ungafa.
Yeah. The impact must continue.
Must continue.
Yeah.
But in the world that we live in, everything requires money. Now to start growing things at that scale, you need to, you understand? So it is very important to take care of self. Look after self. So you also need to look at your bank account.
Yeah.
And make sure that, how am I going to come here and that? You invite me here, how am I going to come here? Kisna chelet,
Yeah.
paramatics.
Yeah.
When I get up on stages and I talk, I used to do that, talk and inspire people and give them tools on how to get things done or how to do things. You know, and some of the people I've worked with, you won't even believe.
Yeah.
You know, but and they've gone on to do great things. Now I get back to my poverty.
Yeah.
And I didn't value myself.
You were not
I was
seeing
not
the full value of your gift.
I did not trust my gift. What was happening? I remember my one friend, I think that's the guy who helped me to put brakes. Because I was busy, I was not productive. You know?
Yeah.
The productivity was being enjoyed by other people. I was not enjoying the fruits of my productivity.
So you
I was busy. Busy, man. Busy. That's not busy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I had to, and it was after giving a talk to a group of entrepreneurs. I never forget, Nelago Innovation happened, and I spoke, and I was giving advice on how to start your business. Because now when I speak, I give practical.
Yeah. How to?
When you invite me to come, to speak to your employees, to speak to a group of entrepreneurs who are in your program, to speak anyway. I think motivation, there are people who will do it. I will not motivate you. I will talk to you, now that you are motivated, this is how we do
The
it.
practical steps.
You understand?
I hear you.
Right. So, and I do that, and people are like, hey, for example, and a mistake. You are right. So that's why I messed myself, because people fail, but they find it difficult to identify where they failed. What did they do to fail?
What were the pitfalls?
What were the pitfalls? So they go through the cycle of failure over and over again. You understand? So in my talks, I will show you practical example of where you are working against yourself and say, this, you did that. I get up and I'm like, yo, and I did that. How does he know?
Yeah.
So after I got off stage and the guys were like, thank you. We've got practical tools we can go and use. And my friend Lita is like, man, you have a gift.
Yeah.
You know, you should be a billionaire.
Yeah.
But my friend, you are a fraud. You know you are a fraud.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like seriously, I would have smacked him upside down in his head. My man, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Alright, Joe. You give practical tools. You tell people how to do it. You show people how to be successful and get money and get paid and how to build their ideas. From just an idea, you give them building blocks of how they can bring this to life. And when you are walking right next door to poverty, if not right in the middle of it, I had to bring you to this event for you to come and speak.
Yeah.
Had you known your value, these people would have paid you money. Had you known, Hore, what you carry within you and what you are coming to deliver.
The weight of
what you are coming
yeah.
to deliver. These guys would have paid you so much money.
Wow.
You'd be having it.
So from that realization, what are the things that you have changed in your social entrepreneurship, in your business, in your approach to life? What are some of the things that you've changed to make sure that that statement is not repeated to you?
I stopped. I stopped doing talks. There's a time where you'd invite me and I'm not coming. But not that kind of. At first you are better, eh? You're better at the world, you feel used, you feel, and you blame everybody. No, I stopped. And I blamed myself.
Yeah.
Because you see, here's the thing, it's all good and well. Or yes, there are people who have done you wrong, they were supposed to pay you, they didn't pay you, all of that jazz. But at the end of the day, you are the one who is responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
So when you blame other people, you remain a victim. So if somebody did something to you and that something is still there, you can't move on, right, until that something is fixed. But the power rests in their hands. So until that person decides or is convinced, or he must come and apologize, it means that your life is stuck.
You've given away your power.
You've given away your power. You are waiting on that person. And if that person doesn't care, they're busy with their own life.
Yeah.
So I had to blame myself for every misfortune, the poverty, and the unhappiness of the lack of the comfort I wanted and the materials I wanted. I had to stop blaming that they all cheated me, they didn't pay me. I had to stop blaming those people and start blaming myself. And once I blamed myself, I took responsibility. Because once it is mine, I've taken back the power.
Yeah.
So I had to take responsibility. All right. It is you who has done this to yourself. You were born with all the tools, the knowledge, the abundance, and all of you. You were born with a great gift. When I say you were born with all the knowledge, I'm not saying you know everything, but you were born with the ability to acquire knowledge. You were born with, but you are not turning that into wisdom. Because when you're just going through the experience, you don't say it to, okay, how could I have done better? What did I do? Or since a guy now?
Yeah.
Step out of yourself and observe yourself in the situation. Step out.
Self-introspection.
You know? I say, I had to understand that the brain generates thoughts. And thoughts generate emotions and feelings. And feelings go back up to the brain again to generate more thoughts. So, in my realization was to say, the brain is an organ. Like the heart, like the kidneys, like the lungs. It is an organ that is there to serve the human life.
Yeah.
However, I am not my organ. I am not my heart. I am not my kidney. So clearly, I am not my brain.
Yeah.
So the brain, much like I've just explained with every other organ, is an organ. You are not there to serve the brain. The brain is there to serve you, the human existence. So you being the one that controls the human. This is a tool. So the brain will generate any thoughts because the brain reacts to its environment.
Yeah.
So it generates all kinds of thoughts. You are not your brain. So you must be able to interrogate the brain and say, no, the thought that you've just generated does not serve me. It does not move me closer to what I want. And you need to, now when we understand that the brain generates thoughts, thoughts generate emotions and feelings. Also, your feelings are not you. So you need to be able to interrogate those feelings and say, yes, I feel pain. Yes, I feel this. Yes, I don't feel like getting up. But the feelings are not me. I need to interrogate them. This feeling it's trying to influence me in a direction it's saying. It's trying to influence a particular action. How does that action impact me? Does it move me closer to what I want?
Or is it moving me away?
Or does it prevent me or moving me in a totally opposite direction? So we need to start developing different relationships with these things. Because, and your feelings and your thoughts and emotions are a result of the experiences you have had. And how you interpreted those experiences. There are things today that we fear, that really there's nothing to fear in them.
And upbringing as well. I mean, we were talking on money, no? Because I believe more of our people need to acquire wealth.
Absolutely.
There's too much disparity, and you know, they say the best way to help the poor is to become rich.
Absolutely.
And
you don't help them by becoming one of them.
Poor yourself. And I mean, you're talking off air about your relationship with money growing up. And can you just delve a little bit into that?
Much like most typical households, black families, townships, Kokasi, it was a normal thing. It was a normal thing where we can't get that because remetse month end. So my relationship with money had been remela month end. That's an ugly relationship. So you grow up with that ingrained in you. That is learning. You must understand that is learning that happens to you for at least a good 20 years?
20 years of ingraining.
So this thing is becoming programmed. As programmers, we program machines to do a certain activity. And they will never do anything outside of that.
Because it's been programmed.
Because it's been programmed. So we are programmed from Rahola. And that's the only way you will operate for as long as you live until you die. So if you were programmed to be poor, you will die poor.
Even if you're making 50,000,
you will die poor. Because the life away it's ibang, the account, this month, next month. It's to live beyond your means. That's what you have. So luckily, you are not your brain. You are more than just the brain. Luckily, you have it within you to reprogram your brain. That's why I say the human being will always be superior to the robotics and artificial intelligence and so forth, because they cannot do that as yet.
Artificial intelligence, it's another conversation.
It's another conversation. However, let me give you a practical example. The religion, Omo Christ, or are you Islam or Muslim, or you Hindu? I can bet you, if not 99%, at least 80%, your religion of choice is an accident of birth.
Had you been born in another country, in another family, you would have not believed what you believe.
Now, I'm saying it starts there. What beliefs besides the religion, what other beliefs have been ingrained inside of you that you hold so dear and are working against the things that you want to achieve? They are working against you. What has turned you into your own biggest enemy? You were raised, if you are white and you grew up in South Africa, you are Afrikaner, and you grew up in those days, you were raised to believe that black people are inferior to you. The black person, his environment and everything has shaped him. Not saying all of them, but it's down there, shaped him to believe the white person is superior to her. So even when they are fighting, the white person who's being superior, or he feels that this white person is being superior over me, there are habits and behaviors that they exhibit that come out that affirm the superiority and their own inferiority in that situation. And those things, we need to stop and say, break. You know, my friends used to say, break up over. Break up clever.
Sure.
Go back, interrogate. And there's some beliefs that you have that are working against you.
I mean, with our historical background, beyond the black and white conversation, even in our societies, poverty has almost become normal.
Oh, that.
You know what? I was watching a documentary at some point, and you know those kids that grew up in Sierra Leone and you know those war-torn countries, where from birth all you've known is war. By the time you're 9, you're holding a machine gun and you're shooting at people. When that war stops, people then that normal is no longer normal because war had become their normal. So what was abnormal becomes normal, and what is normal becomes abnormal. and poverty has almost become normal because it's been generational. But how do we break that particular cycle?
You know, my brother, I can tell you, we've just spent the last couple of minutes talking about breaking the system, your beliefs. But remember this, it's vapes. Anybody that will be watching, it's vapes. Interrogate your vapes. Values, attitude, beliefs, and your expectations. Interrogate that. We will unpack that some other time. Maybe you should buy the book that me and Confidence are talking about co-authoring. And it seems like it is going to happen. You know, so you cannot change your situation if you don't reprogram your mindset. You cannot change the situation of poverty. You'll get the money. You will never get out of poverty. How many people win the lotto?
3 years down the
3 years down the line, they are in a far worse situation than they were in. That's number one. Number two, you need to understand that the day you were born, the world could never do without you. The world was fine without you. But the day you were born, honona le morero le sepheo. And Kore, you are not just an addition or the numbers. You understand? So you must value yourself. You must understand that you are a valuable human being, a very important part of this puzzle that is life. Once you love yourself, then you'll start being able to enjoy the things that come with loving yourself. And to know, you have an issue with yourself. And it's very simple to a majority of South Africans. Your love for Trevor Noah increased more when other nations embraced him.
They saw the gift.
the South African majority, their love and appreciation for Trevor Noah became more elevated when Trevor Noah was embraced by other nations. For me, that is proof we despise and doubt anything that resembles us.
That is deep.
So the closer this thing looks like me, the more I despise it.
Wow.
For me, if that is not proof of how much you loathe yourself, then I can't give you any other proof.
And the amazing thing is, the value that now we suddenly see in somebody like Trevor Noah is value that was always there.
The value was there. The value was there. He didn't all of a sudden have this value. The value got it. It's not like he got it that time. The value
Was always
there. But because you hate yourself so much, when Trevor's doing, oh yes, it's true, but he's still South African. Anything that resembles you, you hate it. Because you hate yourself. You despise yourself. You doubt yourself. You don't see the value in yourself. And that has to change.
Mr. Kuaho. It has been a loaded conversation. We are going to unpack it
One is,
deeper.
we will be hosting workshops
Yeah.
on this subject.
And yeah,
So
thank you so much.
I'll
Thank you
keep
so
you
much.
posted.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate you. I embrace you because you are my brother and I see myself in you.
Thank you, sir. Powerful.
You know, so there's no way I cannot love you. I must love you.
Powerful. Ooh. That was truly inspirational. And this is not the end. We are going to continue these conversations. As he said, we are working on a project that we will pursue to extrapolate these issues further because they need to be extrapolated. You've been watching Talk with Confidence right here on Global Conference Television. Stay tuned for much more. Thank you.